Hey guys, D.Bowie here, and this is how Weeha plays Leshrac in 7.0.0. After seeing the changes in 7.0.0, one would expect that Lightning Storm would be prioritized in skill builds, but that doesn't seem to be the case. He goes for Split Earth at level 1, and in this clip we can see how block advantage can have huge implications in 1 vs 1 mid matchups, especially with Leshrac. Since Visage doesn't have the best attack animation or damage, he is forced to draw aggro, and pay attention how Wii hits his creep once and immediately stuns the path Visage is taking to last hit that creep. Not only the better block forced Visage to take damage from creeps, it also puts him in a terrible position since you always want to get the ranged creep. As you can see, Wii is full HP, while Visage lost close to all his HP and used mana only to run away. Amazing trade. Weeha has a very clever way to land stuns. It's actually pretty simple and also pretty effective. See his clicking patterns. As he climbs the stairs and spots Visage, he doesn't instantly right-click him or goes towards him in an attempt to stun. In fact, he gets a little bit of distance, and as he's turning in and walking towards that direction to cast stun, Weeha knows that Visage feels comfortable trading hits here because it won't draw aggro from any of the creeps, and because of that he can abuse the attack animation to stun him. Even though Lash stun animation is very telling, if Visage has to attack and turn to actually run away, he won't be able to escape. The right move for Visage would be going forward, since turn rate wouldn't slow him so much. Another very interesting aspect of this clip is that he never learned Lightning Storm. Not only because he really wants to prioritize Edict to take towers early, but if we watch that last clip again, you can see that his attacks deal close to 50 damage each. Lightning Storm deals 38 damage at level 1 after reductions, and even after the buffs to the skill, its cast animation is bigger than a normal Lash attack. And yeah, it slows for a little bit, but this is not the kind of skill that works as a value point. In fact, he completely ignores it until level 11. Here we see Weeha landing 2 stuns again. The first one using the creep wave. Blitz talked a lot about this when he updated his YouTube channel frequently. Abusing cast animations is an amazing way to set up kills or skills. During this creep wave, every time Visage was going for a last hit, he would make him give up on it because of the attack animation. In fact, I feel like one of the reasons he got Leshrac this game against this particular mid matchup is how Visage can only get less hits in the creep wave throughout right clicks. That coupled with the average attack range and terrible attack animation makes it pretty easy to land Split Earth on Visage. If he was playing against other mid heroes like Medusa or Sniper that can take less hits from far away, landing those stuns would be pretty much impossible without Lightning Storm. He does something pretty cool here that most people are not doing yet. Instead of walking towards the fountain to heal, he uses the shrine, and then he's ready to TP again out of Visage's vision. Usually, you would expect the enemy hero to take way longer than this to heal, and because of it he can abuse Visage playing very far front at nighttime. See where he clicked? Out of Visage's vision. Even though Visage walked a little bit out, he got caught in the AoE of Split Earth, and this is one of the benefits to max Split Earth first, the AoE range increase. You can also see how aware Weeha is. See how he backs and tries to hit the ranged creep? He wants to get level 6 before diving. In fact, he also wants Visage to waste Grave Chill before he dives in, and this is one key mistake from Visage. If he was aware of the haste rune, then he made a pretty dumb decision in going after Weeha. In the end, the melee creep gives level 6 to him, and without ult, Visage has no counterplay.
Your desolation.
He uses haste duration to grab bounty rune, and when he comes back, we see the exact same play, over and over again. Instead of committing points in Lightning Storm early, only to land Split Earth, he uses people's movements to land stun after stun, and I'm pretty sure he never missed one until now. Since Necro denied the creep Enchantress was going to attack, he cancels the stun and uses it with max range, hitting Enchantress even though she's ridiculously fast, guaranteeing another kill. This is a pretty interesting clip. Necro planted a ward in the mid lane, and as Weeha farmed, he was trying to land a stun on Visage. Even with birds getting some buffs, the fact that they have HP instead of HP ticks means that Lash can pretty much destroy them just by existing, which is another reason to pick him against mid Visage. Anyways, they don't get the kill, and we see another shrine usage making the difference in getting kills. Pay attention. That heal is not enough to fully recharge him, but it is faster than going straight to Fountain. In fact, it would be even faster if he had the other mid shrine ready. Because he was efficient with his time, he can TP to the bottom lane fast enough before Legion got worried, and this is the same play we saw in the mid lane against Visage, using max range from Split Earth to stun from the fog, turning ult before Edict to kill most of the creeps, but not only that. Since ult has no cast point, he can turn Edict while he deals damage. If he did the opposite, he would be wasting stun duration because he wouldn't be dealing damage when he casted Fate's Edict. He quickly gets rid of Legion. And with that kill alone, since Dire is present in both the mid and top lane, they quickly turn that into a tier 1 tower with just one creep wave. You can make lots of arguments on Lightning Storm being good to set up skills and deal damage, but even if he got that kill with Lightning Storm, they would never take that tower so fast. It all goes back to the mid matchup, Lash versus Visage. Visage can't really farm the jungle at all, birds just melt to Pulse Nova, and when he tries to pressure the tower, Weeha gets another good rotation. Again, pay attention how he gets in Pulse Nova range first, then casts Edict, while dealing damage with Pulse already. Another thing to pay attention to after this trade is how he deals with that Regen Rune. He survives that engagement, he is indeed without HP but has a bunch of mana, and there are 2 heroes dead, and Legion is visible. So he uses a lot of skills and only after killing that creep wave pops Regen. They get tower after tower, and look at Weeha's decision making right after. Lion lands a stun, and instead of spamming stun on Enchantress, which would bring him towards the bounty room, instead he already predicts Enchantress pathing and stuns her through the fog, leaving no room for counterplay. One very important thing to discuss and that most people miss about Leshrac is how his ult at level 1 is amazing and how level 2 ult is very bad, at least in comparison. By learning level 2 ult, you're basically doubling how much mana you spend and you only get a 30% damage increase. So as you can see, we had decided to get level 2 Lightning Storm before level 2 ult. And this is a skill he neglected the entire game. He even had Bloodstone when he chose to do that, so he already had a lot of mana and mana regen. This fight is the first one with Bloodstone ready. They spot Drow going towards those stairs and see how he uses Split Earth on max range to see if he can stun her. It doesn't work, but keep watching. Look at his decision making. He has Bloodstone, but he is not very tanky yet. In fact, if you watch closely, you can see that he picked the HP talent and even then didn't go full YOLO. He stays around the fight and only throws the occasional stun or lightning bolt while he builds up 1 charges. Duo gets used, Ogre stun gets used, Enchantress low as well, so what's the plan now? He has max 1 charges, his stun is ready again, and the only disable available for Dire are the bird stuns that Visage took too long to cast, guaranteeing a bunch of kills to Weeha. In fact, I feel like if Weeha used Lightning Bolt on the birds instead of Legion, he would survive. He also is aware that he will respawn ultra fast and doesn't waste time like most people do, until they realize they are already alive again. Since apparently Legion didn't notice the instant respawn, he gets an easy kill when he comes back. At level 13, he gets level 2 ult instead of level 3 Lightning Storm. It's all a matter of choices, to be honest. Going from level 1 Lightning Storm to level 2 increases your damage in 100%, number of jumps in 50%, and 6 jumps is usually enough to clip everyone in a fight. From level 2 to level 3, you get way less increases, while even though level 2 ult costs a lot of mana, it deals damage way more easily in fights than Lightning Storm. Also, it's a way to deal with those annoying birds that only kill him because the ult was level 1. They smoke, they find Enchantress, and Weeha is definitely a god of stuns. See how he immediately goes towards that direction to land a stun after the stairs, instead of chasing? He knows that path is very narrow and it's pretty unlikely that Enchantress can dodge it. Legion took too long to cancel her TP, securing them another kill. I didn't talk too much about Bloodstorm this game, and I feel like there are players who can be confused as to why he didn't win items like Scepter and Athos to land Split Earth, if he focused so much on the skill early on. The thing though is that people severely underestimate how Bloodstone is good with heroes that rely on mana more than they rely on cooldowns. Bloodstone allowed these heroes to be ultra aggressive all the time, never having to go back to base. It also gives Lash HP, which is something he really needs when playing ultra aggressively. Yes, Athos give HP and a lot of mana, but without mana regen, Weeha would have to go back to base too often, and that in a way will take away some of the benefits of getting those kills, because he won't be able to farm or take objectives during the death timers of his enemies. I'm not saying that we won't see those items on Lesh or that they are bad, but Bloodstone is amazing on Leshrac, and when you're so confident with Split Earth like Weeha seems to be, you don't really need 3k gold spent on a setup item. Well, this wraps up for today. If you enjoyed this video, please guys give it a thumbs up. If you want to see the extended version of this video, please check the link in the description. And I can't overstate how this video wouldn't ever be possible without Pugna. Pugna is a platform where you can learn from people like Chessie, Fogged, Slesser, Monib, and get better at the game. They have now great content on 7.0.0, and if you want to raise your MMR, it's a great time. Just figure out the patch faster than others and get those easy wins. And of course, if you're new to my channel, subscribe to it if you enjoyed this content. Considering he's getting Alacrity at level 2, he can less hit reliably against anyone. The biggest change in Exort Invoker, apart from losing double Force Spirits at level 8, is having way less cooldown on Invoker early on. That promotes casting more skills with Invoker. And if you're doing that, do you really want that useless Tornado and Meteor with no range, or Cold Snap that can't lock down anything? Definitely not. You do lose a little bit of Sunstrike power, but that's only in the laning phase. And considering you get level